Hello everybody and welcome back to Supermarket Simulator. My name is Josh, and I boned myself. Again. Soda's too expensive, screw you. But anyways, last episode I was working on just kind of shoving things in random spots so I have to have a lot of open spaces. And since I don't got money to order stuff, at least if I fill up a lot of stuff. How much Stark did I order? Too much apparently. Where is this one? Ah, it's that glitch again. It's a 0, but it's doing as a box there. Now with 2 self-checkouts, things should be going a little faster. Do I have enough space for 2 bread? Nope, no I do not. Oh, thanks, man. Do I happen to have anything? Oh, I still got this milk. There we go. P. We buy a flour decline, not enough stock. 5 cereals. Nope, don't need apple juice. Do I need any cakes? Not really. But I suppose I can fill. Might as well stock up what I can. So this area is done. Coming through. Four chocolate bars. 3 chocolate bars. Just one. One piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Lemons. This is an empty box. I didn't tell you, God dang it, I don't remember what we saw. That was that hand spray, which I'm completely out of. Yeah, I'm aware you can't find stuff. I'm extremely low in stock. Where did that just put that? Will you please stop? I didn't even tell it to do. It's just randomly placing it in places. It's like, what the heck? Well, I can attempt to do this, but I'm not going to guarantee anything. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's cheese. Parmesan cheese. chocolate bar. Whoops. Lemon. Carrot. See the closing bag. Ivy Hicks. Map. Ivy. I don't even need the map because I can just see her. At least I'm making money selling what little stuff I have, but not that much. The restock is gonna be a bitch. Alright, let's see. 3 milks. That's not milk. Where's milk? Where's milk? There'll be milk. 5 cakes. 5 eggs. Garlic. That's shrooms. Oh, there's garlic. So now I can go close and tag. Amy Watson. No. Great, I got another delivery. That's fine. Oh, shit. She should just be around the corner. And it says I got one more. Mango, flour, and carrots. I don't know if I have all that, but we'll definitely check. Carrots. Mango. And flour. Close and tag. Map. Thin. Seven minutes on the clock, on the clock, on the clock. 7 minutes on the clock, on the clock. Oh, there she is. She, he, it. Finn Foster. It's a dude. It's always Finn is a kind of a guy's name? Is that a guy or girl's name? I don't know. I suppose it could be either or. I feel like Finn leans more towards male, but I could be wrong. Still have some left on that one. And that's just a glitch. Holy shit. Yeah, I know you couldn't find things. I know everything's out of stock. Jesus. Next day. 4 things went up. Management. Not bad, that's for sure. Pricing, let's see what we got here. Going up from the bottom. 21.5. 2.5. 2.5. $8. Yeah, that's everything. So I got 21. Driving travel is 20. I might not need all that. Oh, shit. I've been trained. I've been bamboozled. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Driving travel is 24. I'm just gonna go with 2 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Crap, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Oh shit. 77 is 140, so I just need one of those. It's 280. Carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Mango. 30 and 30 is 60. It's 120. 2 of those. 2 of those. 120. It's 240. That'll be 200. That should be fine. Good, give me 3. 40 and 40 is 80. 80 is 160. We just need 1. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total is 24. 24. 40 is one of those. One of those. Card is full. Fine. It's 16. 16, 16 is 32. Need 2 of those. 4 of those. So 16, 16 is 32. It's 64. 1 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 2, 4, 6, 8. Maybe 74. Close enough. Trying to travel 24 is 48. 1, 2, 3 of those. 2 of those. 24 is 48. That would be. There we go. I don't know why that does that. Well, I ordered as much as I possibly could. Holy shit, on a stick. Two, 3, 4, 5. I'm in the middle of boosting you. 6. There you go. Now he goes ham. And here's bread. Garlic. That's shrooms, god dang it. The shrooms and garlic look similar at a glance, then you look at them like, oh no wait, that's definitely different. coffee. Twice in a single episode. That is ridiculous. It's one of the ones that I accidentally screwed up, probably. Yep, it is. Okay. Yeah, 3 or 4. That one goes up there. Too much stuff, not enough time. It's not getting stuck by that door anymore, so that's definitely a plus side. Okay, and 4 on kiwis. That's tomatoes. Like every time I get a new product, I get behind. What the heck was that sound? Okay, so that's just empty box then. Oh, 1 apple. More garlic, which is on the other side. Okay, I don't need any more kiwi. Yeah, things happen, man. And now I'm just trying to get everything stacked up as much as possible. They don't do a very good job of showing you whether it's empty or not when you Yeah. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is full. This stuff sells out so much. I'm just gonna stack the extra stuff there. Not gonna do that with all the stuff, but just the stuff that I know sells well. Oh, anyway. You kidding me? So I fucked something else up now? remove that for now. Tea, orange juice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 3. And then milk. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's milk. Oh, he just picked it up, didn't he? Yep, he did. See the closing tag. Race Evans. Didn't I have her before? I feel like I've had her before. There's not very much to talk about during this game. I would love to just talk about things. Like, what do I talk about? Just like random shit. There's a couple things I could actually talk about, not related to the game. But I'll try to keep things more related to the game when I talk, just because if I just start talking about random stuff, I feel like I make less sense. There's, just talking random stuff. One random thing I want to throw out there, because I know I've mentioned that I am in fact a DoorDasher when I'm not doing this. / eBay. Check out the eBay store. Check it out. Anyways. When I'm not doing DoorDash or not doing eBay and YouTube, I am in fact doing DoorDash. Nose and tag. There's a fox. That's over here. Yeah, I like DoorDash because it allows me to make my own hours. And, it's quite interesting. Mostly just because it does my own hours. But there are a few things about DoorDash that do frustrate me. And this will give me something to talk about for the next 8 or so minutes. So the things that frustrate me, number one, and I don't want to piss anyone off watching this episode, but nobody tips anymore. And I'm not sure why that is. Like, when I first started, going on 2 years ago already, I've been... Name's a dude, Urza, what the... Yeah, I feel like a female name. I feel like that's a female name. But anyways, so I don't know if it's because... I don't know why people don't tip. But tipping has gone down in the 2 years I've done full-time DoorDashing. When I started, you'd get it... Well, part of it's also... Part of the pay went down because DoorDash is being stingy and decreased its pay and all sorts of pay stuff. But outside of DoorDash, customers have decided to not tip. Now, I have some theories on why people don't tip when they DoorDash. Or order DoorDash. My first theory is you guys are mistaken under the belief that we make pay by the hour, like any other job. That's actually not true. And yes, there is an option to dash by the hour, but it downright sucks. Because dashing by the hour basically just means... Where does this go? All that really means is when I hit accept order, my by the hour time begins, and it ends when I hit order is delivered. So if it takes me 5 minutes, which is the average time, it actually takes me 15 minutes on average to deliver an order. That's about what? See, 14 divided by 4. It's about $3.50. Which, if I don't, what you say, oh, that's not too bad. Well, actually, $3.50 is really not all that much. If that's all I'm getting per order, and I can do about 4 orders in an hour, yeah, I suppose that comes up to $14 an hour, which is what I make if I do it by the hour. It sounds like I make decent pay. Now by the order, on the other hand, I get, well, it used to be, well, the order is basically $2 plus whatever you guys tip. So either way, I'm not making, you would think I wouldn't be making too bad of pay. Problem is, DoorDash. DoorDash has decided that instead of sending the long hauls, you know, the 15, 20 mile orders, which you have to drive a distance, instead of sending those to by the hour, which would make a killing. Just think about that for a second. If you do 20 miles at $14 an hour, that 20 miles is going to take you easily 30 to 45 minutes to get there. So that is, for one order, you're approximately making, well, what is that? 12, no, 7 plus another 3.5, or 10.5, $11 plus whatever they tip. So yeah, that would be great, but they don't do that. What DoorDash has decided to do is DoorDash has decided, since we gotta pay you bigger base pay to do it by the hour, we're gonna send you all the piddly orders. Now what does that mean? It means if you work by the hour, they're gonna send you the 5 miles or less orders. And what that means is each order will approximately take you about 5 to 10 minutes to complete. Now, that doesn't seem like that would be that bad, right? Here's the thing. If I hit pick up order and the drop off order only takes me 5 minutes, what is that? $1 if I'm not even, 50 cents plus tip. And if you guys don't tip, I'm getting 50 cents to drop off your order within 5 miles of the pickup set, within 5 miles. That's a problem. I'm not getting paid then. And vice versa, by the order, which you would want to send all the 5 miles or less distance-wise orders to them, because in doing that, the dasher would then make, only makes $2 an order, plus tips. At least I'd be making $2 for that 5 miles. And even if you don't tip, at least I'm making $2 instead of the 50 cents. But instead, DoorDash decides to send the, next day. Decides to send the long haul orders to by the order, which means I'm driving 12 miles for $2 because no one wants to tip. So I end up declining a lot of orders because I'm not going to accept orders that are that downright stupid. And I can't blame customers, because some customers do try to tip, thinking that, oh, it's going to go to this store because this store happens to be closest to my house, which is another screwed up thing DoorDash does. DoorDash decides, well, we're going to send it by store rating. Now, what does that mean? That means they're going to send it to the store closest to your house with 5 stars. Now, that doesn't sound like a terrible idea if they had limits on it. Like, okay, the highest rating within 5 miles of you. Okay, that makes sense. There wouldn't be an issue there. They don't have limits though. I've had to pick up from McDonald's and drive 20 miles for $5. The customer was no doubt thinking, well, I'm going to tip him $3 because he'll get some base pay, and he's only going a mile or so to pick it up and take it back to my house. Market price is $2.50. Guess that can stay $2.50. But in reality, that's not the case. In reality, I'm picking it up and driving 20 miles because DoorDash is a bunch of idiots. No offense to DoorDash. But I don't know who's running the show, but they're just not making the good decisions. I have called Dasher support and have mentioned this to them, that these are bad ideas, but they don't care. They legitimately don't care. In DoorDash's mind, it's all about DoorDash making money. They don't care about their Dashers, and they certainly don't care about their customers. And here's another reason why. The biggest complaint that people have about DoorDash is that orders take forever to arrive, regardless of the time. Let's see, 4 times 5 is 20. I can do 1. Regardless of that's what they do. They're like, oh, well, I have a subscription. I decided to order through express delivery. That didn't work. And my orders are taking forever in a life to get there. Well, part of it is, like I said, because they're setting it so far away from you, that it takes extra time to get it there. However, no, I'm stacked up on 32, 60, that one I'm good on. And I'll get 2 of those. However, besides distance of getting from A to B, once I get to the store, most stores do not have the order done. And here's how stupid this gets. I can go to a store like McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever store you're ordering from. Most stores have their own app. You know what this basically means is I can go into that app, order food in my car outside the parking lot, walk into the building, and go directly to the counter and literally pick up the item that I ordered myself in the app in my car. Okay. In the app in my car. Let's see, it needs 16. So I really need 2 of those, it's 32, so that one's good. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9, 9 is 18. 18 is 36. I need 2 of those. Let me check my eggs. Anyway, I can order stuff in my car in the parking lot through the app, McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever. Walk in and get it within 5 minutes of me ordering it. Basically, by the time I get to the counter, it's practically done. Now, 24, I need 2 of those. So, 16 is 32. I'll order 1 of those. 2. Oh, it scared the crap out of me. I ordered 1 orange juice. 1 orange juice there. 2 waters. 2 milks. That's pretty much good. 9 times 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12 times 5 is 60. I only have 2. I need 3. 2, 3. Where was I? Oh yeah. So, that is basically standard service. You order food, it's done within 5 minutes. That is how it's supposed to be at literally any restaurant. Now, what ends up happening, 18 is 36, that's 72, 17, 54, 62, I just ordered 2. So what ends up happening, 1, 2, 3, basically is instead of getting that 5-minute service, I walk in as a dasher, which takes me about 5 minutes to get to a store on average. You get in there and they don't have it done, and they make you wait 15, 20, 25, even up to 30 minutes to get your order. That's a problem, because they're doing 20 orders, or anywhere from 10 to 20 orders of everybody else before they get to your order. They don't consider DoorDashers to be customers, which is stupid because I'm representing a customer. So most of the wait time you are experiencing is between DoorDash's stupidity of sending it to a place way out of the way, and the store's stupidities of not treating you like a customer or respecting DoorDashers. So stores are not disciplined, by the way. I have called DoorDash support and I have let them know this store is having issues, it's not getting stuff done, and then that store is fixed. Approximately, well actually, I have to call multiple times or multiple dashes have to call in. I'm not going to say store names, but I know of one store that it took like 20 dashers calling in because everyone that was going there was just having issues with them. And then they finally fixed something. But it didn't last. It lasted approximately a week or two, and then they went right back to their ways. Why, you ask? Because DoorDash doesn't get on to maintain standards. So in short, DoorDash does not discipline their stores, and they do not discipline their customers. There are customers who will purposely say, order it and go, well, instead of saying leave it at my door, which is what I want, and which is the option they should be picking, some of you guys, I'm not saying everyone, but there are a few customers, and I can't guarantee it's what they're doing, but this is pretty much what they're doing because I've had to deal with this BS before. Not saying everyone that does this does that, but they'll order it and say, hand it to me, and then in the description for the delivery instructions, the customers will put, leave it at the door. Why not just pick the leave it at the door option? Well, what they're doing is they're saying, well, I'm going to go and say leave it at the door, even though I've selected hand it to me, so I can say the order never arrived, and then I get a free food from the restaurant. Well, here's the problem with that. They don't contact the dasher to ask, did you deliver it? They don't even write me up on that particular thing either, because they don't bother to contact anyone. So they just say, well, screw it. DoorDash should just pay for that order to be remade. I don't know if they just think it's going to save them time or what, but that's just what they do, and so now the customer's getting away with free stuff. Now, I'm not saying that dashers are 100% innocent, because there are dashers that steal stuff, because I've had to go and pick up stuff where like, oh, that was already picked up. Well, how the heck was I supposed to know that? So then I gotta call Dasher support and work it out, and it's gotta be remade. Could that be that the customer said that it wasn't delivered when it was? Possibly. But there's also the possibility that a DoorDasher could have stolen it. No one's perfect, but DoorDash is supposed to be a community where the DoorDash, the store, the customer, and the Dashers all work together to ensure proper customer service. But that's not the way it is. DoorDash does whatever DoorDash wants to make DoorDash feel better about itself and say, hey, look, I'm making money, when they could be making a hell of a lot more money than what they're making now. I guarantee you that. They don't do any discipline. They don't send orders to the location closest to the drop-off point. I mean, if people want certain stores to have their food sent to, that's fine, but that is an option in the thing. Another problem that I have with DoorDash is they eliminated the cash tip option. When I first started, you used to be able to select an option when you ordered your food, I'm going to pay in cash. So the Dasher would be aware that you're paying in cash, and it would be more likely to accept that order. They got rid of that. So now people that want to pay cash have to select zero tip and hope that the person picks it up and then gives the cash to that Dasher. The problem with that being is we can't tell if you're doing cash tip or not. So all we see is zero tip. And a lot of people will decline, especially if it's going way the hell out of their way. So that's just that. And now I just ranted about DoorDash for I don't know how long. Again, I like DoorDash. It lets me do my own hours. I thoroughly enjoy it because it's fun. You know, I like customer service. I've always done customer service my entire life. So I know I kind of just dissed it a bit there, but there's just a lot of the issues that DoorDash has. And so as customers, what you can do to improve your experience in DoorDash, and not even just DoorDash. I've tried Uber Eats and I've tried Grubhub. Not long enough to actually state whether they have similar problems or not, but I do notice that there are some issues with those as well. Uber Eats, for example, they give you a customer an hour to decide whether or not they want to tip after they've ordered their food. I consider that to be bullshit. I consider it to be bullshit because then you can tell me you're tipping $100. I go to pick it up, and then an hour later you're just like, nah, you dropped it off, now I don't feel like tipping you. And that to me, I feel is unacceptable. I feel like that is unnecessary. I feel like that is wrong. That is my personal opinion. So I decided not to do Uber Eats just on that basis alone. I also feel like the tip standard there is no different than, oh, there he is. It's no different than DoorDash. In other words, people don't tip there that much either. And I did I think 20 orders through them, and I was just like, nope, done with this BS. Grubhub, I did like I didn't do 4 orders. I declined 4 orders in a row, and then I said I'm not even going to deal with this. Because it was all $8 for 16 miles, $12 for 24 miles. It was all long hauls, and I don't mind long hauls. Distance isn't an issue if you're willing to pay for it. But I'm not doing $12 for 24 miles. I gotta drive that 24 miles there. It's way out of my zone usually. No, always is, because, that's just how it is. Which again, won't bother me if I get paid for it. But then I gotta drive all the way back to my zone. Well, the problem with that being, I now have to drive 48 miles. 24 there, 24 back. And I'm not doing that for $12. So Grubhub has a lot of long hauls. Now, that being said, I have not done Grubhub or Uber Eats enough to say what problems they have, but after 2 years of door dashing, I think I'm qualified to say what can be done as far as DoorDash goes. So for DoorDash, if you are ordering DoorDash, your subscription does not cover the tip. It only covers the subscription fees, and tips are not subscription fees. I bring this up not to be a dick, but so many people don't tip, and I think it's because they do subscribe. Which, by all means, if you want to subscribe to DoorDash, I'm not going to stop you. But the gist of it is, and I know I'm going over time, I'm aware, but the gist of it is, I live off of tips. That is how I get paid. The $2, the $2 to $3 an order I get by itself is not enough. I'm sorry, it just isn't. If you do 4 orders at an average of, we'll even say $2.50, that's let's see, that's $10 an hour. Because you can do about 4 orders on average. $10 an hour sucks. It straight up sucks. Now I know that's a little bit more than what waiters or waitresses make, because I think they make like $2.75 an hour plus tips. So theirs is considerably worse. They're probably making $2 a thing too. Not 100% sure. I've never been a waiter or waitress, so I cannot 100% compare to that, or compare my pay to theirs, but it is generally the same thing. I am your waiter that is delivering you food. The only difference is I'm in a car and you're not at a table. Why can I not find this? Because I'm an idiot. So when you don't tip, I don't get paid. That's the gist of that. And that is my biggest issue. So if you are subscribing, again, I don't get a problem with that. Just make sure you tip. I think that's probably the biggest issue for customers, is I don't think that's the biggest reason. It's not intentional. You just think that I get tips from DoorDash. And DoorDash just covers your tip as an delivery expense, but it's not a delivery expense, so therefore it is not covered. I'm sorry to say that, but that is the truth. So you do have to tip. Now, if you want to prevent the distance issue of DoorDash sending your order 20 miles away for no absolute reason, and you want to make sure your order is made on time, the easiest way to do that is to order it through that store's app. You want McDonald's? Order it through the McDonald's app. You want Taco Bell? Order it through the Taco Bell app, etc., etc., etc. KFC? Order it through the KFC app. Let's see what other stores are there. Cordoba's. Order it through the Cordoba app if they have it. I don't know if Cordoba has an app off the top of my head. That way, Cordoba will receive your order. They will consider you a customer, not a DoorDash. I don't know why, but they get the orders done faster if you do it that way. and the order will be done on time. It'll be sent to the store you want it at, so it won't be 20 miles away, which will be good. And you can tip knowing that I get 100% of the tip. I know another reason that people don't like to tip with DoorDash, which is why a lot of people do cash tipping, is DoorDash has been caught stealing tips in the past. Now, as far as I'm aware, DoorDash itself is not stealing tips anymore. However, they do have a catering system, Easy Catering, which I cannot verify because I don't have proof that they're doing this. But Easy Catering orders, well, to give you an example, when I used to get, for getting catering orders, which is very, very far and few and in between, it's usually, the people on average usually tip about 30 to $50, depending on the size of the catering order. But again, that's far, rare and in between. Easy Catering is only giving you $10 a delivery. I'm calling bullshit when I have to deliver 5 boxes of food if they're not tipping. I think that Easy Catering is in fact stealing tips, but I have no proof of that, so don't quote me on that. But something's definitely going on there. And I also noticed that Easy Catering, was that this here, has not actually sent out any orders recently. Well, there is that. It's because I have space, so I might as well use it. Bio eggs. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So my recommendation is, if you want food to come to you on time, in a timely manner, and you know your tip is actually going to go to the delivery driver, order it through the actual app of the store. That's number one. And number two, just tip. Like I know, believe me, I live paycheck to paycheck sometimes. I have those weeks. I've lived paycheck to paycheck more often than I like to admit. But oh well, I guess everything's stacked. So I get it. If you can't afford a tip, I understand that. But if you can't afford the tip, you shouldn't be ordering DoorDash. Simple as that. And I'm not asking for an extraordinary amount. I'm not asking for the $30 to $50 you get on a catering order. I mean, if you want to, that's entirely up to you. But if you're ordering DoorDash, any delivery service, not even DoorDash, if it's Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, whatever there might be another delivery service I'm unaware of, wherever you are. Those are the 4 in my area. I don't know if there's other delivery services. Even if you're ordering from a restaurant that has a delivery service, like Pizza Hut. Does Pizza Hut still do their own delivery? Not 100% sure on that. I think they still do, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, whenever you're ordering delivery, 10%. That's all you have to tip. The average order is what? When I go to pick up a McDonald's order, it's usually, what, 10, 15 bucks at most. 10% of that is what, $1.50 if you spend 15? You're spending 15 already on the food. Why not tip your delivery driver $1.50? That's all I'm asking. 10%. But anyway, that's my rant for the day. I ranted a little bit too much about DoorDash in this one. And I hope DoorDash doesn't come after me for... excuse me. I hope DoorDash doesn't come after me for that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Maybe I'll start ranting about other things in other episodes. But let's see. Ooh. No, I gotta end it, but... there's still some stuff that's not fully stocked, but we'll get to that in the next episode. Then I gotta figure out what to do with this space. Actually, oh wow, that's right, the computer isn't over here anymore. What is my next license? I can't purchase it. Butter, cereal, chicken. Well, the butter and chicken are definitely gonna go in there. So is the French fries. That's on the pizza. I don't know where the potato bag's gonna go, but we're gonna have 4 more things in the fridge. Do I have 4 more things with the fridge space becomes the question. That I can reduce to 3 if I wanted to, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'd have to buy another fridge then if I was going to do something like that. But we'll have to deal with that in the next episode. I've really dragged this out unintentionally. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw / heard, brain fart, like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know if the bell is there now, or if that's something that's advanced for YouTube, but if that's there, ring that as well. I know other YouTubers have that. And don't forget to check out my eBay store. Check it out. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.